Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. Today's question is add two numbers. In this question, we are given a two non-empty linked list representing two non-negative integers. The digits are stored in reverse order and each of their nodes contain a single digit. Add the two numbers and return the sum as a linked list. We may assume that two numbers do not contain any leading 0 except the number 0 itself. So let's understand this question with the help of example. We are given the two numbers as the form of the linked list where each node consists a single digit, and these two numbers are stored in the reverse order. That is, the number that is given here is 243, but the actual number is 342. It means that the numbers are stored in the reverse order. Why they are stored in reverse order? Because see, there is a rule of mathematics. Then when we add two numbers, suppose 1 to 3 and suppose 3 to 1 are the two numbers. So when we will add these numbers, first of all we will do the addition in the units place, then we will do the addition in the tens place, and then in the hundreds place. But in linked list we know that coming in front from back is not possible. That is, coming to 2 from here last 3 is not possible in the linked list. Therefore the numbers are given in the reverse order, so that we can add these two numbers, then add these two numbers, and then add these two numbers. So therefore the numbers are given in the reverse order. And the linked list which we have to return, see, we are given the two linked list and we have to calculate their sum, and we have to return a new linked list in which this sum is also stored, and the sum is also stored in the reverse order. That is, 708 means the actual number is 807. So what we have to do, we are given two linked lists, we have to add those linked lists and we have to return a third linked list in return, which will be our answer. So for example, one is 243 and second number is 564. So we will return 807 in this case. So we can see that the reverse of this number is 342 plus 465 give us 807, and we will return reverse of 807, that is 708. And another example, when both the linked lists are 0, then we will return a third linked list also as a 0. Now third example, we can see that there are two numbers and here also there are two numbers. So it is not necessary that both the linked lists are of same size. Like we can see that in these two examples, the linked list two numbers were of same size, but it is not mandatory that the two numbers are of same size. So this will return as an answer. So now how we will do this question? Now let's see the approach of this question. See, we are given the two linked lists. Say I have deliberately taken this example where all the elements are 9 in both the numbers, so that it will be more clear that how to take care of the carry variable which will go to the end of each of the node. So therefore I have taken this example. You can see that first linked list is containing 5 nines and second linked list is containing 4 nines. So and in the third linked list, and we have to return the third linked list which will contain the addition of these two numbers. So what I have done, how we will do it? See, what we will do, we will take two pointers, temp1 and temp2. These temp1 and temp2 pointers will help us in iterating over this linked list. Help us in iterating these linked lists respectively. That is, temp1 will use to iterate first linked list and temp2 will be used to iterate second linked list. And at each node we will add the values of these nodes and make a new node and append the values in that. So let's just quickly dry run the code how we will doing it. See, initially we have taken three things. First is temp1, temp2 and carry. So we will do 9 plus 9 is equal to 18, and 18 plus carry is 0, so 18. So how we will add 18 in this node? What we will do, we will simply add 8 in this node, and our carry now will become 1, because 18 was the original answer. So we have taken the units place and added it at the nodes place, and we have carry forward the 1 in the next node. Now what happens? Now our temp, the work of these two nodes are over. So our temp will move ahead and our temp2 will also move ahead. Now what we will do, we will add the values of these two nodes and add a carry in them. So what will be the value? There will be 9 plus 9 is 18 plus the carry from the previous node which is 1. So the answer will be 19. We will add a node and we will keep the value of 9 in that place, that is the value of units place, and we will again carry forward the carry. Now the new carry is also 1. So this is how we will iterate over these two linked lists and add our answer in the third linked list. So the new head will be the head of the new linked list formed, and the temp variable will be used to iterate over the new linked list, because first initially our new linked list does not have any node. So what will happen, first we have encountered 8, then we will form a node and then add a value to it, and now we will add this particular node in a linked list, then we will do our temp plus plus. This means that temp will go ahead. Now we will add the value, add another node and add the 9 as the value, and we will add this 9 node in our new linked list, that is after 8 we will add it. So the corresponding connection will be the connection will started to build. See, after the two values, our linked list, our new linked list which we have to return will look like this. First value is 8 and another value will be 9, and similarly the linked list will keep on forming after we will add all the nodes with the corresponding values of temp1 and temp2 and the carry. So we will start to build the new linked list, and temp variable will be used to iterate over the new linked list, and in the end we will return the new head. So now let's just look at the code how we will do it. Now first of all we will declare the variables, that is list node star temp1. It will be initialized with the head of L1, that is L1. Now another node will be list node star temp2, and it will be initialized with the head of second linked list, that is L2. Now we will take another variable which will help us in iterating over the new linked list, that will be equal to temp, and temp initially is null. So now what will happen, see, and we have to again take a variable called carry. So int carry will be initialized with 0. Now our temp1 will be iterating over L1 linked list and temp2 will be iterating over the second linked list. So we will loop through the linked list. So how we will loop through, while our temp1 not equal to null and our temp2 not equal to null. Why we have taken this temp1 not equal to null and temp2 not equal to null? See, we have two linked lists and we do not know whether their size is same or not. There can be variable size. So once suppose after doing the 4 calculation, our temp1 node will be here and our temp1 node will be at 9 and temp2 node will be at null position. So in this case the addition will not be possible with the 9 value with the null pointer. So in this case the error will be there. So therefore we will run the loops till one of them become null, and the rest of the linked list will be taken care afterwards. So first of all the main loop will run till while temp1 is not equal to null and temp2 is not equal to null. So at each point what we will do, we will calculate the sum, that is int answer is equal to temp1 val plus temp2 val and plus the carry which was initially 0. So we have taken the answer. Now we know that our answer might be a 2-digit number. Suppose our answer might be 18, but at that position we have seen that at this position there was sum was 18, and we have to keep the units digit of 18 at a particular node. So we have to take we have to place 8 at the units digit. So what we will do, we will take int unit is equal to answer mod 10, it will give us unit will be equal to answer mod 10, it will give us 8 in the units place, and tens place will be int tens place will be answer divided by 10. Answer divided by 10 means 18 divided by 10 will give us 1. So we know that the 1 is the carry for the next. So 1 is the carry for the next addition. So what we will do, we will not take int tens, we will just update our carry. Carry is equal to answer divided by 10. Now what we will do, see, we have to declare another variable also, which will be a new head, which will denote the new head of the starting of the third linked list. It will be new head and initially it is null. So now see, if our new head is null, if our new head is double equivalent to null, it means that See, in this case, when our both the pointers were at the starting of the both of the linked list, so our third linked list was not formed and the new head was null, but we have to start our new linked list from somewhere. So what we'll do, if our new head is null, what we'll do, we will form a new node. We will form a new node which will be equal to list node star. Say the node's name is n. We will form a new node, new list node star, list node, and we will pass the value of unit in that node. Now this n, initially a new head is empty, so this n will become our new head. So our new head will be updated to n. So this n will be the first node of our new linked list. So this new head has become equal to n, and we know that our temp variable will help us in iterating over the new linked list. So our temp will also get updated to new head. So this was the case when a new head was null. It means that the linked list which you have to return is empty. What if there is a case when a new head is not equal to null? It means that we have already formed some amount of linked list, and we just have to add a new node in our current list. So suppose this is the case that 8 and 9 are already being formed in a linked list, that is a new linked list, and we again encounter a node, and we just have to append this node in our new linked list. So in that case, what will happen, we will again form a new node with the units place value n is equal to new list node unit. We have formed a new node with units place value. Now what we'll do, how we will connect this node with our original linked list. So we can see that the temp variable, is getting updated as it is going ahead. It means that when our linked list is of size 2, so our temp variable will automatically be pointing at the last of the node. So we just have to, what we have to do, we just have to do temps next is equal to n. See, in this case, suppose this was the new node which we have to append in our new linked list. So our temp variable is here right now. So how we can append this node in our linked list? We can append it by doing temps next is equal to this node. So I have done it similarly here. Temps next is equal to n, and see, after we have done temps next is equal to n, it means that that node has been connected to our new linked list. It means that this connection has been made. Now we have to now what we have to do, we have to make our temp variable move to next position, that is the last of the linked list. So what we'll do, temp is equal to temp next. In this case, see what I have done again. When our connection was built, our temp was pointing here, but suppose in the further progress we also have to form more nodes. So how will we be able to connect those nodes into our new linked list when our temp will be pointing here? So temp should always be pointing at the last of the new linked list. So we have updated the value of temp is equal to temp next, so that it is pointed to the last of the linked list. So after this what we'll do, we can see that these temp variables, this temp1 and temp2, we will update the value of these values. Temp1 is equal to temp1 next, temp2 is equal to temp2 next. So here we have updated the values of temp. See, if the work of temp at this node is over, then what we will do, we will simply do temp is equal to temp next and temp2 is equal to temp2 next. So now after the while loop will be over, there is the linked list will be formed. See, for this case, after the while loop is over, the new linked list will be formed. The new linked list will be formed till here. That is, for the 4 elements it will be formed. For the 4 elements it will be formed. So now our temp1 will be here, and our temp2 temp2 will be here. It means that temp2 is over and only temp1 remaining. So now what we'll do, and again a linked list, only this amount of linked list has been formed and our temp variable will be pointing here, which will be iterating this new linked list. So these are the condition when our while loop is over. So what we'll do, we will add the carry in the remaining of the linked list. So let's write the code for that. See, once a particular linked list is over, we then just have to do the operation on the remaining of the linked list. That is, here temp2 is over and temp1 is still remaining. So it means that the rest of the operation, that is rest of the addition will be done on the remaining linked list only. So in this case temp1 is remaining. So what we'll do, while temp1 not equal to null, what we'll do, we'll again declare our answer is equal to the temp1 value, temp1 val plus the carry. Why we have not taken temp2 val? Because temp2 has already become null. So now the addition will only take place between temp1 val and the carry which was coming from above. So now we will again take int unit place is equal to answer mod 10 and our carry will be updated with answer divided by 10. Now what we'll do, when we have reached, we know that when we have reached this step, our new node, our new head will never be null because it has encountered already, it has encountered some amount of values. So what we'll do, we will just copy paste this amount of code, that if our new head is double equivalent to null, I am really sorry that I have told that new head can't be null. It can be null when our when one linked list is of 1 length and another linked list of 0 length. So when we will reach this loop, so it might be possible that our new head is still null. So what we have to do, we just have to copy paste this same amount of code into this while loop. And after that, we have to do temp is equal to temp next, temp1 equal to temp next. So now you can see that the while loop which was written at this point, it is written when our temp1 was excessive in nature. See here, temp1 was excessive in nature, but what about those cases where temp2 is excessive in nature? So what we have to do, we have to write this while loop again for temp2, that when only while temp2 is not equal to null. So how we will tackle this case? So what we have to do, we have to do nothing but we just have to copy this while loop of temp1 into our temp2. So just have to copy this while loop of temp1 into temp2, but just we have to change that, where it was temp1 we have to do it as temp2. So temp2 new head, temp is equal to new head, and yes, here temp2 is equal to temp2 dot next. So after both the while loops are over, it means that first we have taken account into the taken into account the linked list which have the same length, till same length we have taken account, and afterwards when we have write two for loops, that is for file temp1 not equal to null and while temp2 not equal to null, it means that we have taken care of the remaining linked list of any one part. So now there is another condition. See, after a while loop is over, that is when we have taken into account the excessive remaining linked list also, there is a condition. See, if our carry is still equal to 1, what we have to do, we just have to make a new node, new star n is equal to list node star, and we have to update, we have to make a new node of carry, and we will append carry in it, and what we will do, we will append that node into our new linked list, that is temp next is equal to n, and afterwards we will just return new head from here. So this was the entire code of adding two numbers in a linked list. So I hope guys you liked the video. Now let's just run the code. So as you can see that it is running. So now let's just submit the code. So it is accepted and it is 100% efficient code. So I hope guys you like the video. Thank you.